Today we have only two issues to address. The first issue is to appraise you on the health status of our party leader, Dr. Kizza Besigye. And the second issue is to appraise you about our comrade, our fellow leader, Sam Mugumya, who was abducted about 1 year ago and has never been seen again, who was captured in with a video which has now become viral, and we shall talk about that one too. First of all, on Friday last week, the party leadership went to Mulago National Referral Hospital to see Dr. Kizza Besigye, the general. You will remember that Dr. Besigye collapsed and went into coma. You remember that he was rushed to the military hospital in Mbuya, where he was referred from again to the National Referral Hospital, Mulago, in the intensive care unit. And you will remember that we were dissatisfied by those maneuvers which could have resulted into worsening of a situation which could have been saved within the court, within High Court, where Dr. Besigye collapsed and where he had colleagues and comrades, including myself, including Dr. Kamara, and including Dr. Olive Kosinje, his own sister, who are medical doctors who could have saved the situation. You will remember that, and we told you so, that we were denied access to him at that very time. On Friday, we visited the executive director, and in her office was the deputy executive director, who confirmed that he was still in ICU and he was being fed through a nasogastric tube, was catheterized and was still on oxygen. Subsequently, we have been told that he has now been admitted on 6th floor and is out of the intensive care unit, but still feeding through a nasogastric tube, and he hardly recognizes people. Therefore, his cognitive functions have not yet come back to normal. We continue to pray that God saves Dr. Besigye so that he survives this onslaught. It is not about his life alone, because Dr. Besigye is dying for all of us. He could not have collapsed in the courts of law, in the court of law, if it were not for fighting for justice. And the justice is fighting for is for all of us. Some people may think that this is just a treason case, but we are challenging the way courts are conducting their business. And Dr. Besigye and Obedi Lutari are doing a good job for all of us. There are many people out there who are being tried in various courts of law, including magistrates' court, but they are denied rights even to speak for themselves. Many magistrates would want people to speak through their lawyers. The people cannot afford them. Let people know that the challenge that Dr. Besigye is putting across, fighting for human rights, fighting for fair trial, it is not for himself alone. It is for all of us. When Besigye collapses in the courts of law, protesting against unfair trial, it is not for himself alone. It is for all of us, for Uganda, so that we can challenge status quo. Let them know that they must cleanse themselves. Recently, we wrote to the Chief Justice, all of us, political party leaders, wrote to the Chief Justice because we want to engage him on salient issues on how the judiciary is being managed under his hand, and how the judiciary is going to the dogs under his watch. He has not replied yet, and we are doing all what it takes to ensure that we get his audience. They derive their power of education from the people, and we are the people. It is the people who grant them the opportunity to serve in those privileged positions. And therefore, when leaders of this polity request for an engagement, we don't see why Flavian Zeja, Chief Justice, doesn't grant this engagement, so that we can highlight what he seems not to see. Maybe that engagement would save the way the judiciary runs business, and many people's lives will be saved. Dr. Besigye led the way to protest against unfair trial orchestrated by High Court, presided over Justice Emmanuel Baguma, another white fellow who came to make money out of it. So we continue to pray for Dr. Besigye, and we ask everybody to pray for Dr. Besigye. We continue to mobilize all power centers in this country to continue to engage the powers that be, so that they don't take this country to the dogs. We continue to mobilize all Ugandans to stand up. If at all you cannot talk about it, if at all you cannot fight it, then you should talk about it. If you cannot talk about it, then you should show that you hate the situation. But you cannot stay without, as if there is nothing that is happening. The second observation that we want to highlight is our gratitude that after about a year, we saw our comrade Sam Mugumya emaciated and in pain, suffering, but we saw him still alive. He's not dead. We want to thank the courageous soul that captured a video of Sam Mugumya suffering in the dungeons, in the basements, wherever he is, and had the courage to let the world know that Sam Mugumya is still living in pain, emaciated, and suffering under the entertainment of those in power, those with guns, and his captors. We are glad that this video is now viral and global, and I believe it has captured the attention of President Museveni. I have tweeted about it, and many people have also done the same. We are calling upon Jaja that Mr. Museveni, President of Uganda, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Fountain of Honor, grandfather, as you want to be known today, that your grandson Sam Mugumya is suffering in the dungeon under the hands of the forces that you are commanding. It's a very big shame that somebody can be in that state, and the state continues to hold him the way he's being held. You will remember that when the process of habeas corpus was initiated in court, when we demanded that the police or the military discloses where Sam Mugumya is, all institutions of government denied knowing where Sam Mugumya is. They all denied. Now they know. We have been told that the brother to General Kaida Otafire, is it General Kaida Otafire, his brother who got lost. And General Kaida Otafire has been looking for his brother too. His brother has also been held incommunicado for a very long time. We are now being told that his brother and Sam Mugumya are in the same setting, probably in custody. PFF would want to work with General Kaida Otafire because now we are all victims. I don't think that General Kaida Otafire, being a minister in this government, he would be that insensitive to the knowledge that his brother is still alive and somewhere where the emancipated Sam Mugumya is. We are in the boat together. The difference is that General Kaida Otafire is serving a government which is oppressing others, and we are outside the government which is oppressing the people. But we are in the same boat because we believe that General Kaida Otafire would not want to lose his brother. We also don't want to lose our comrade. Therefore, we are willing to work together. How I wish he was still Minister for Internal Affairs. But wherever he is, we shall want to work together because there are very many people who are in government, whose people are being suppressed, whose people are being incarcerated, whose people are suffering under the closed hands of this government. Let us face it, all of us. Let us have a discussion on it, and let us fight injustice, and let us fight with all our might. Let us fight with all our might to ensure that Uganda is free for all of us. Let us fight for the freedom of us outside the prisons and those who are held in prison, because the Constitution guarantees their safety, and those who are holding them will be known to have violated the Constitution and they will face the law at one time. We want to thank the people of Kenya who have seen what is happening in Uganda and the world at large, including the UN Commission for Human Rights, which have come out to condemn what is happening in Uganda. Our campaign is not in vain, and we shall continue to talk. That is what we have in our charge. What we have in our hands is our ability to communicate without fear, with courage. And then we must thank those who have come our way. Please fight on, because rights are global, and we must fight together to ensure that all countries are free. It should not stop at private individuals, persons who are concerned. Countries should be concerned. When Kenya was on fire with the Gen Z, we were all concerned. When Tanzania is challenged, we are all concerned. So it should not be private individuals talking about this, but governments in this African community, in the region, should stand up and condemn what is happening here and act on it. Because condemnation is one thing, but acting on it through various meetings on human rights must be called, must be summoned, so that people are not repressed the way they are being repressed. We must thank the religious leaders who have come out. I remember Bishop Komeko was very clear. The cultural leaders who have come out. I remember the Kabaka of Uganda. and Prince Nachibinge came up, and many others are silently working. When we wrote to Mufti Mubadje, the Mufti Mubadje, he said that our communication was forwarded to General Museveni. We were glad to hear that. The Mufti Mubadje also did something. We are waiting for an invitation to the Interreligious Council so that we can engage them as well, because we wrote to them too. And the cultural leaders will have something to discuss with you. And we are seeing President Museveni all over the country doing a few things to fix his integrity and also to fix his popularity, which is dwindling every day. It will not cease to dwindle because of these human rights abuses, because of the abductions, because of incarceration in the basement and suffering of Ugandans. People cannot forgive a government which does such things. You may engage religious leaders, you may engage cultural leaders, you may engage people in the ghetto, you may engage people in the market, just to divert the attention of the people from the facts of the deterioration of human rights, abductions, incarcerations in unknown destinations. You will not divert our attention from those nefarious things which are being committed by this regime by mere engagement of cultural leaders, religious leaders, people in the ghetto, people in the markets distributing money and so on. We shall not be diverted, and we shall continue to campaign against what is happening. We shall continue to talk about what is happening. We shall not be diverted. Those diversions, do not accept those diversions. Members of the media, do not divert your attention from the abuse of human rights which is happening. Those diversions, don't allow. They may do something else to divert the attention of the people. Let me tell you, members of the Fourth Estate, at one point in time you had hundreds of dollars which were traveling through a truck arrested in Malaba. And before we concluded on who was trafficking that money, millions of dollars, then we had a certain Onyum who killed 4 children. And all our attention was diverted to that. And we left that subject not entertained and without a conclusion. And as we were talking about Onyum, who is still at large, we are now into abductions. Then you are now hearing this one is in the marketplace distributing money, causing excitement. They are causing diversions. The media should not be diverted. The subjects of the day is concerning all of us. Recently, the media was closed. The Nation Media Group, they are allowing them to come back. That should not cause just excitement. It took you, who are not even in the Nation Media Group, to fight for them by highlighting our fight for freedom of expression. Don't be diverted. Continue to converge the idea that we must fight for the rights of prisoners. We must fight for fairness in the judiciary. We must fight against the rot in the judiciary. We must fight against the militarization of the judiciary and the militarization of the police. That is where the fight is. The media should not be diverted. And we thank you for standing with us. May God bless you.
Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. Shall never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. We shall never, never, never surrender. Never, never surrender. Generally still never surrender. Never surrender. Never surrender.